Yamaha has introduced a new line of acoustic guitars in their FG and FX bodies. These are the new Red Label guitars from Yamaha. Check it out. So when Yamaha guitars first started producing acoustic guitars, the FG moniker kind of came into our vernacular on the scene, and that was for folk guitar. Made in Japan, imported to the US, and very popular in the 60s, seen on stage even at Woodstock. The Red Label FG guitars from Yamaha are famous and sought after on the market. They're fantastic guitars with great playability and wonderful sound. For 2019, Yamaha has decided to reintroduce these guitars in the FG line. So what we have today to show you are FG and FX Red Label guitars. Now there's several different models in this line, and they are FG and FX guitars, so they are going to be in some ways similar to the FG800s, FX800s, and so forth that are already on the market. But there are some very important distinction on these guitars, and there's two lines within this that we want to show you. Today, what we have are the 3s in this lineup. So the numbering system for the new Red Labels follows very closely with what Yamaha has previously done with the A series guitars. Now, if you aren't familiar about those guitars or the other guitars in Yamaha's lineup, we have done a video kind of going through what the lineup previously was. So we'll put a link for that right there. Click on that if you'd like to see the lineup that existed prior to this introduction. But the A series had like a 1, a 3, or a 5 designation. These are now kind of following suit. The ones that I have today are part of the Red Label 3 series. So you have an FG3 or an FS3, which depends upon the body shape. You also have an X model, which introduces the pickup system that I'm real excited about and we're going to be talking about. The 5s, which would be an FG or FS5, or if it has a pickup, FGX3 or FSX3, are all solid wood options made in Japan. So on a 3 like I have here, here are the specs for you. You get, if it's an FG, this folk body size, okay? Basically kind of like a dreadnought. The FS is the smaller concert size here. Now you'll notice both of them have a satin finish and a darker tinted top. The tops are premium Sitka spruce tops with a new Scout bracing design that Yamaha has introduced, and it features their A.R.E. technology. Now that is Yamaha's proprietary torrefaction method, using a combination of heat, humidity, and something else. But like most torrefaction processes, the goal here is to basically treat the top so that it opens up. Pressure was the third one, so that it opens up immediately. So you get a guitar out of the box that's already lively and responsive. The back and sides on the 3 models, so the FG3, FGX3, and so forth, are laminate mahogany. On the 5s, they will be all solid. So that is a key distinction between them. These have urea bridge and saddles. The 5s will have bone. Ebony fingerboard and bridge on this entire lineup. These get a hard bag from Yamaha, and the 5s get a hard shell case. The bags are great, the cases are better, and you know, that's kind of how the pricing breaks down. These are made in China, and the 5s are made in Japan. The whole lineup, though, features this new Atmosfeel pickup system. Now, the Atmosfeel pickup system is very cool, and we're going to be demonstrating that in depth for you. Before I dig into that, we'll talk about a few more things. So the Red Label denotes, if you weren't aware, the label inside the guitar. Now, when these were originally introduced back in the 60s, they had the Red Label, and the 3s and the 5s have that as well. The 5s are a little bit different, showcasing the Nippon Gaki, I'm probably mispronouncing that, forgive me, name of the company that was listed on those labels back when they were first introduced. Beautiful guitar. String spacing is a little wider on the 5s than on the 3s. And you have the classic headstock with the Yamaha tuning fork logo on there, and open gear tunings. Since 1966 truss rod cover is there, and they're all strung with Elixir strings straight from the factory. Now, the Atmosfeel pickup is an option. So if you want a guitar with this pickup system, it's going to have X in the model name. And this is one of the few 3-source pickups for acoustic guitars. And it's a really nice pickup system. So what Yamaha is doing is they're using some things that have already been on the market, like for instance, an under-saddle piezo pickup system. That's been around forever. They're using it primarily here for low end, not the high end that would generally give you a quacky sound. So they're running that through the preamp system and really using it for the low end. There's also a microphone inside, which can be blended with the under-saddle pickup. You can take it completely out, or you can blend it 50-50 if you turn it all the way up to the max. And that really covers low end and the mid-range for a nice, airy, full, thick sound. And then there's also a new proprietary contact sensor that's picking up the vibrations of the top, using a new material, according to Yamaha, that is very sensitive to vibration. And they are primarily using that for the high-end frequencies that you are going to get from the vibration of the top of the guitar. Now, there's some ingenious kind of engineering going on here because you've got 3 sources all coming through preamp. There's no phase issues, and you have fantastic control with simple layout here. So on the side of the guitar, you have a master volume control. That's pretty self-explanatory. You have a blend, which will allow you all the way to the left to be on pickup and then to blend in however much microphone you want. Now, I demonstrated this a little bit the other day, right in front of an amp at close proximity, and you can very easily get it to feedback if you turn the mic all the way up and you turn a bass response all the way up at good volume. However, you can really quickly get away from that feedback. So I'm pretty confident you wouldn't need a feedback bus or anything, and you can dial this in regardless of the venue that you're playing in order to get a great sound without having to fight feedback all night long. Over here you have a bass EQ, which is a peak EQ sweep. So you're able to kind of sweep through and find those trouble spots without thinning out the entire sound of the guitar as you add or take away based upon the bass EQ sweep that you've got there. Now, when you get the guitar, your FGX3 or FGX5 will have this little plastic piece here that will show you these controls. It's removable, and it's pretty straightforward once you get used to playing these. Battery compartment is in the bottom along with your plug-in for the 1/4-inch connection. Overall, the guitar feels great. Like I said, string spacing is a little bit wider on the 5s, and of course those are all solid and made in Japan. But even these 3s, because they're torrefied, there's a lot of vibration, there's a lot of resonance acoustically. They feel great, the setup is fantastic, the feel is fantastic. These are really high-end feeling guitars, and the satin finish really kind of sets it off. Now, what you might notice on these is they're very understated, because these are kind of past looking and inspired guitars. They look like the guitars from old, but they're using all the features and technology and craftsmanship that Yamaha has learned over the last 60 years. So overall, I'm a huge fan, and the pickup system is phenomenal. So we are going to put both of these through your paces acoustically so you can hear the rumble that you get from the FG body or the more kind of direct sound that you get from the FX Folk body. And we're going to do this acoustically and plugged in so you get to hear the awesome sound of the Atmosfeel pickup system. Now I'm going to be going through the controls a bit while I'm playing so that you can hear what is happening as you sweep through mic, pickup, and adjust the bass EQ. Check it out. So there you have it, a new series of Red Label guitars from Yamaha. You definitely want to check these out by going to our website, alamomusic.com. At the time of this video going out, you should be able to pre-order any of these. They are not really in stores, and I'm thankful for Yamaha in allowing me to have these early samples so that we can show you what's coming from this great guitar line. So go to alamomusic.com, check out the Red Label guitars from Yamaha and all of the guitars that are available in this series with and without a pickup from both the 3s and the 5s, and find which one works best for you. As always, I want to thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Hey, thanks so much for watching our videos. If you enjoy what we're putting out, help support this channel by going down below and purchasing one of the t-shirts we've made for you. Rock your support for one of the oldest music stores in Texas and the country, and your love of guitar. Just purchase below, help support our videos, and go to our website, alamomusic.com, for more goodies that you can get. Thanks.